So gold has again become a hot topic recently, especially after this breakout of $5,000 levels. And many traders have been wondering that if gold is going to test all the way back to these previous all-time highs around the $5,600 levels, or this is simply a trap and gold will again fall to the downside. Let's cover it quickly and answer this question from a technical, fundamental, and a sentimental perspective. Technically speaking, we can very clearly see that gold has been in a monster uptrend since the start of 2026, or I should say, since the start of 2025 as well. Now, this is not only from a technical perspective. This trend is actually backed by very strong fundamental factors like the geopolitical tensions, you have trade policy uncertainty, you have rate cut pricing, you have the dollar debasement trade, uncertainty regarding the Fed independence, and all of that stuff has continued to support gold buys. Last week, I made a video on YouTube and also shared publicly ahead of time in my Telegram channel and X account as well that we are looking for buys above the $5,000 levels, and we actually were able to catch 2,000 pips from these gold buys. But right now, the point is that if we are going to see the continuation all the way back to $5,400 levels or the $5,600 levels, or we are going to go all the way back to the downside. The point is that the fundamental factors they still remain bullish for gold. Last week the Supreme Court of the United States it ruled against the Trump tariffs, and first initial reaction was bearish, but after that gold again stabilized and it caused some gold bulls. Why? Because it increased the uncertainty of how the refund process will work, what Trump will do, and all of that stuff. It acted as a positive catalyst for gold. But not only this, on weekend, Trump announced that he is announcing a global tariff on 10% on all the major countries. Okay, this is what Trump announced on the weekend. But after that, quickly these 10% tariffs, Trump started to talk that he will be raising these 10% tariffs to 15%. Now, tariffs uncertainty regarding the tariff policy or trade war policy or like US trade policy is bullish for gold. Here we can see on our MRKT terminal as well that it acted as a positive catalyst for gold. The raising of tariffs from 10% to 15% acted as a bullish catalyst for gold, and it also increased the volatility as well. Now, not only this, after Trump announced to increase the tariffs from 10% to 15%, EU also said that they are set to freeze the trade deal approval over Trump tariff risk. Obviously, the trade policy uncertainty was rising and EU wants some clarity first. That's why they are leaning towards freezing the trade deal approval with the America. This also increased the uncertainty and acted as a positive catalyst for gold. Not only this, after this announcement from the European Union, Trump said that any country, let me show you the headlines as well. Trump said that any country that wants to play games with the Supreme Court decision will be met with a much higher tariff and even worse. Okay, and again, this increase the uncertainty, and as always, uncertainty will always act as a positive catalyst for gold, as gold is a safe haven investment. Now, at the same time, along with the trade policy uncertainty, along with the risk of tariffs, we also have rising geopolitical tensions in the Middle East. America is deploying its military equipment and they are looking very ready to strike Iran in the coming weeks or in the coming months. Now, Trump said that if we don't make a deal with Iran, it will be a very bad day for Iran. And the point is that although the negotiations are happening, but at the same time, we are seeing continued deployment of the military equipment in the Middle East, continued trainings and all of that stuff, and Trump threatening Iranians as well at the same time. Okay, so it does not look like that we will be getting a concrete or long-term deal with between the Americans and the Iranians in the short term. That's why it is also acting as a positive catalyst for gold. Here you can see the AI generated summary of it as well by our MRKT AI terminal. Now here we can see that due to the fundamental factors which I just mentioned to you, and also at the same time we have rate cut pricing as well. We are expecting more rate cuts going into the future, and also we are expecting that Trump will potentially appoint his puppet as the next Fed chairman, and this will increase the uncertainty regarding the Fed independence, and also at the same time increased expectations of rate cuts is also a bullish catalyst for gold, as gold is a non-interest yielding asset. So all of these factors, these short to medium to long term factors or the macro picture for gold still remains bullish, and due to this we are seeing a higher time frame bullish bias on gold on our MRKT AA terminal. And on the long term, I am talking about the higher time frame. On the higher time frame, we are targeting the $6,300 levels. So the point is that given the current fundamental picture, we can very well target at least the previous all-time highs on gold in the coming few weeks. Along with all of this uncertainty, from a positioning type of perspective, central banks are continuing to buy gold as well at the same time. The pace of central bank buying or the central bank demand or even the demand from China is not stopping, is not slowing down, which is also acting as a positive catalyst for gold. Now talking simply from a price action perspective, I am currently on the 4-hour time frame chart on gold. Here we had a very major psychological zone around the $5,100 levels, which at the start of the week we broke higher due to rising trade policy uncertainty. Right now we are in a kind of a consolidation after testing the 5250s level. We are in a kind of a consolidation, but overall the structure remains bullish, especially after the break of this uh, somewhat you can say short-term consolidation. I'm looking for either a test of around this 5080s, $5,100 level psychological levels, which was previously a very beautiful resistance area as well, or else in other case, I'm looking for a break out of this 5215, 5220 area before I re-enter some buys. Previously, I was in some gold buys from around $5,000 levels and I booked them around here, and now I'm looking for re-entries on a test of this $5,100 level demand area or a break and retest of this $5,200 resistance area for confirmation of trend continuation. Overall, I remain bullish on gold and I'm still looking to buy the dips, targeting first the $5,400 levels and after that the previous all-time highs around the $5,600 levels. As long as the macro picture does not change, I remain bullish on gold. And if you want like timely updates, I will drop the link of my public Telegram channel in the description, and you will get a lot of educational stuff, analysis, macro updates, trade ideas there. And also for the link of this MRGT terminal, if you want to test it, this is a market research tool. I will drop its link in the description as well, and you can check it out yourself. This was pretty much it. If you have any questions, you can let me know in the comment section, and make sure you hit the subscribe channel. You hit the subscribe button and the bell icon as well. Best of luck for the rest of the trading week.